What's up, guys? This is Scott Lowe from IGN. I am at the Call of Duty Championship, and I'm speaking to the lovely, the talented David Vonderhaar.
How are you doing? Feeling awesome. That was a nice setup there.
You know, just an array of compliments.
Lovely and talented.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure everybody agrees with you.
So we are, obviously this is a big push for esports for Call of Duty. It started way back with the development of Black Ops 2, where you guys kind of went ahead and you put in those features for like podcasting, that sort of thing. Like, what stage of the development was really that kind of like that idea born to really kind of make this esports push? Was it like something you guys wanted to do from the onset, or was that more of like a company-wide initiative?
Yeah, actually, so this sort of got its genesis or seed on Black Ops, our first game, where we did some very simple things to make the game be able to be played at LAN events, right? And we learned a lot from that experience, so it was a pretty significant agenda item from the very day that we first started working on Black Ops 2.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, there's a number of features that kind of hone that audience and like set the stage for an event like this. In terms of like what you've currently done and then where you want to go in the future, in terms of like where you can really kind of embrace that audience even more. What like you have like crazy off the wall ideas there?
There's really kind of three principal things that go into this for us, right? The first part is about how do you make this fun to compete with, right? And what can you do there, right? And that was what League Play was for Black Ops 2. And you can think about how the concept of League Play and the concept of public games and what is really the distinction between them, and thinking about that critically and figuring out where they overlap, right? There's something that I've thought about a lot. There's also this part about making it fun to watch, right? So this is obviously the caster feature, right? So if you think about it, this is a feature that really very few people use, but many people actually experience because they're watching the streams at home, right? And that was really kind of an interesting kind of new take, right? As a game developer, you're usually just you're really focused on the guy with the controller in his hand, right? So there's this new universe of like, well, what do you have to do to make this fun to watch, right? Which is where the listen in came from, right? And then there's really this bit about custom games. There's a lot of effort that went into the custom game side, right? So system link lobbies, so actually being able to set up the teams in advance as opposed to like spawning into the game. You pick top, I'll pick bottom, right? And so no flubs there. You can set it all up in advance. The sheer level of custom control that you can have over the game, so you can fine-tune the settings for what makes sense for competitive. So these kind of three things are the genesis. So we talk about each one of those things all the time, making it fun to play, making it fun to watch, and then making it, giving you control of it as the person who's hosting this event or tournament. And then how do you take those and expand upon them? And I think while there's a lot that's gone on in Black Ops 2, I think it's really just the start of what's possible.
Yeah. So when you looked at all those elements, did you look at like what other people were doing? Did you reach out to like the pro community and like just get their feedback? Like what was the where did those like decisions get kind of influenced?
Yeah. So yes and yes. So let me start with like a very specific example for you. So we have this kind of concept in the caster mode where you have picture-in-picture, right? And you can kind of see a list of all the players, and you can actually see the game going on, right? So what I was seeing with this thing when I went to these events on the first game, Black Ops, I would see that they would try to do this kind of by hand, right? They're doing compositing and all sorts of wizardry on their side just to kind of provide the best spectating experience. And I'm sitting in the audience and I'm watching this going, this could actually just work this way, right? So that was really absolutely this thing about having relationships with people who do this cast, having relationships with the players, seeing what they experience themselves, bringing it back to the team and going, hey, look, let me just draw a picture for you about kind of what this could be and what can we do with that, right? And it's even evolved from there. So now there's actually a particular mode where you can see full screen, you can see the list, and you can see a mini-map all at the same time, because that gives you the most contextualized information about the game at any given point. Ultimately, I just want to have really great competition. I want players to be able to experience what it is that we know about this, right? That you can see right here, that they can show up, see the giant streams, see all these teams, see all these great strategies and learn from them. And I think that's really the win for the entirety of the people watching.
Awesome. Well, thank you, David, for speaking with us. And for all things Call of Duty, head over to IGN.com.